Oh my God, the billionaires are squirming because the Washington Post just broke some news. The recordings were leaked from private lectures with Peter Thiel in San Francisco. You remember Peter Thiel? He was the billionaire who was asked last year if Americans had a right to be angry about healthcare, and his response was,
I don't know.
Now, in these audio recordings from speeches that were supposed to be kept strictly off the record, he first reveals the source of his panic, where he says, "It has become quite difficult to hide one's money. An incredible machinery of tax treaties, financial surveillance, and sanctions architecture has been constructed. Wealth gives the illusion of power and autonomy, but you have a sense that it could be taken away at any moment." By the way, no wonder he was sweating irrationally after the United Healthcare thing. The dude is paranoid. But not only is he terrified of his money being taken away, he's convinced himself that the only way he can keep all of his money is if he convinces everybody that anyone who comes after his money is coming after God. He ties this all together into something called the one world state, which is another conspiracy. But in these speeches, he concludes that the best way to keep it is to make people scared. And what's the best way to make people scared? It's not just saying the planet would become a prison. It's not just saying the tax rates would be very high. There it is. It's that if you don't make it about religion, it'll never be scary enough. You will never make people really resist. Millions of smart people already knew this. The billionaires were privately working with and privately funding religious leaders on the right, because when used maliciously, religion is the most effective system of control in the history of humanity. But to hear a billionaire speaking to other wealthy people directly claim that environmentalists like Greta Thunberg, who he calls out in these speeches, are coming after his money and that those environmentalists are going to win, unless those billionaires can successfully trick the masses into believing that those environmentalists are working for the Antichrist, is still quite shocking. So shocking, in fact, that I chose to reach out to Peter Thiel to get his take on this now that he knows the recordings have been leaked. And his response was,
I think this is, you should,